Pastor Mark Biltz here from Shaddai Ministries. Thank you again so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and share. Also, please like this video, and we would love to hear your comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. Well, this brings us to 2 Corinthians. Now, Paul wrote this letter from Macedonia about a year after writing 1 Corinthians. Time frame wise, it was about the year 56, if you want to note that. So here we go, 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 1 through 4. Paul, who he calls himself an authoritative emissary, one who was sent of the Anointed One, Yeshua, by the will of God, and the brother Timothy, who's with me, he says, we're writing to the congregation of God at Corinth, along with all the righteous ones who are in Achaia. Grace to you in shalom from God our Father and the Lord Yeshua, the Anointed One. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yeshua, the Anointed One, the Father of mercies and God of all comfort. Notice how he speaks. It's always not about me. It's bless the Lord for all he's done. But you know what? This whole book, the 2 Corinthians, is about Paul going through a lot of troubles. That's why he needs comfort himself. And he's speaking so much about comfort. Watch this. He goes on and says how God comforts us in our affliction. He's being afflicted, so that we will be able to comfort those who are in any affliction with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God. So this book, I want you to think of Paul as being, he's just in a lot of trouble. He's enduring a lot of persecution. He's enduring a lot of affliction. But not just is he concerned about his own comfort. He wants, even in the spite of what he's going through, he's trying to comfort others. Look at verse 5 through 7. He says, just as we experience an overflow of the Anointed One's sufferings, so we also experience an overwhelming comfort through the Anointed One. And then he says, but when we experience affliction, it is for your comfort and salvation. When we experience comfort, it is for your comfort, which is worked out through your steadfast endurance, within the same experience of sufferings that we ourselves also are suffering. Our hope in you is firmly established. After all, we know that just as you share in the severity of our sufferings, you also share in the encouragement of our comfort. So, wow, a battle is going on. In 2 Corinthians, we see Paul is in severe sufferings. And he's trying to, and in spite of that, he's writing a letter while he's going through all this, purposely to try to comfort one another, rather than always seeking someone to comfort him. Look at verse 8 through 11. He goes on, and he says, look, we don't want you to misunderstand, brothers and sisters, the severity of our suffering which came upon us while we're in Asia. Now look at this. He says we were so excessively depressed beyond our strength that we despaired of life itself. Talk about depression. A lot of people suffer from depression nowadays. Well, no, the Apostle Paul was excessively depressed, and he was ready to die. He was so depressed. And then he says, in all reality, we felt the sentence of death within ourselves. We could not trust in ourselves, but only in God, who raises the dead. He delivered us from the danger of death and will save us. We have placed our firm hope in him that he will still rescue us. Moreover, you must help us with your prayers. As a result, many will give thanks because of you and the blessing we received as an answer to many prayers. Wow.